So OpenAI has just launched pets inside of Codex. You can now use their built-in pets or even customize your own pets that sit inside the Codex app. A lot of people have mixed reviews on this. Some people are saying they love it and they love the customization and they love being able to have a little pet inside while they're working on inside Codex. Some people are saying this is pointless and they would rather OpenAI ship some actual real updates that actually help production and performance. But you now have pets. You can customize your pets. You can do what you want with these pets. In order to get the pets up, you have to install the skill installer, and then you have to hatch the pet. And then when you want to call the pet, you just do slash pet, and it'll pull it up right there, like in the bottom left corner. Or and you can drag it around, do whatever you want with it, and move it around wherever you want inside of Codex. To me, if you want my opinion, I'm not really too keen on this. I don't really see the benefit here. I mean, it's nice, it's cool to have inside of Codex, but I can't see myself personally using the pet for anything unless they come up with some way, or somebody comes up with a way to actually make this useful aside from it just decorating the Codex app. That's just my take on it. But OpenAI also allows for you to transfer over from other apps. They say your move here, so I'm assuming they are. This is a shot at Claude Code, just like how Claude a while back made it so you could transfer your memory over from GPT when everybody had the mass exodus from GPT to Claude when the whole government thing happened with Anthropic and they said they weren't going to work with the government and GPT got the deal and everybody just mass left OpenAI GPT to go to Anthropic's Claude. It's kind of the same feeling I'm getting here, but you can basically import your settings, plugins, agents, project configuration, and more so you can keep working. And this is the key here. They say with fewer interruptions. So if you've been following the space, you know that the key bottleneck for these AI coding agents are compute and usage limits, especially people who are utilizing the OAuth subscription. Now, API users, they really don't have that issue because they got deep pockets and they can just spend as much as they want. But those of us who use the plans, whether it's the $200 plan, the Pro plan, the Max plan, if you're using Claude, Max 5, Max 20, or even the Plus for Open it for Codex or GPT in this case, or Plus for Claude, you know that hitting your usage limits is a big issue. And I've been loving what OpenAI has been doing with Codex, especially with the constant usage limits reset. It's been kind of an issue now where the resets will get reset right before people's weekly resets are getting ready to reset. I know I'm saying reset a lot. And I've had that issue a couple of times where if you follow Tebow on X, you'll notice, he'll put out like hints that they're getting ready to reset limits. You're pushing through, you're increasing your working time and you're adding more things to your workflow. You're trying to use up all your usage limits because you know that the usage limits are getting ready to get reset, and then they either don't get reset when you thought they were going to get reset, or they get reset right before your weekly reset is getting ready to come. So it's kind of like pointless for some people. But there's been many of times where the resets have happened, especially for me, like midway through the week, and two things have happened from that. Is either I didn't use enough of my usage limits, or in the semi rare case, I'll get enough of my usage limits in and I'll push through and push through, especially if Tebow's saying like, okay, we're going to reset limits tomorrow. That's the clear sign. That's what we love to see, especially me. I love to see that. You let me know the reset's going to be tomorrow. I'm going to stay up all night. You're getting no sleep. We're creating endless web apps. We're creating games. We're creating all types of things, pushing things to production, deploying nonstop until those usage limits get reset. But that's the shot that they're taking here. Basically saying, people have been complaining that if you're using Claude and Claude Code, you're going to hit your usage limits so much faster than you would on Codex. I can attest to that. It doesn't matter really what plan you're using. I feel like Codex gives you more than Claude Code does. And then people have been questioning how much Anthropic has in terms of compute because of the whole talks around model degradation and a lot of the stuff that's just been coming out about Anthropic and their whole issues. And you've been seeing Sam Altman, you've been seeing Tebow, you've been seeing all of the OpenAI members throw massive shots at Anthropic, subliminal shots, but shots nonetheless, stating that they have all the compute they need. They're shipping. They don't really have any issues. A lot of the things that you'll see is like the uptime issues with Anthropic. They'll boast about that, like, oh, we have 99. We haven't gone below. We've been up. We don't have any problems with, uptime and things like that. So I think this is just another shot, but it's pretty cool, to allow people to choose if they want to go back and forth without the hassle of rebuilding their entire projects, without rebuilding their entire workflow. They can just import, especially if they're building locally, which I'm sure I would assume most people are, or at least have their files locally. I mean, you could always import your projects or your repos from wherever and import it to your local computer. But it allows people to be able to move back and forth because there is a lot of that going on right now. There's a lot of people that are switching from Codex to Claude Code, back to Codex. People really don't know where they want to be right now. A lot of people love Claude Code because of the supposed better front end UI skills that it has. A lot of people bash Codex for it not having great UI skills. And then a lot of people say Codex is great at pretty much everything else in terms of getting work done with coding and without having to, like, basically you handhold it and it hallucinate and not do your work. And then people say, Claude Code, the model degradation stuff, like how it just hallucinate or it just take so much longer to get things done. And people have done side by side comparisons showing, you know, the same prompts being used and different results happening. Like Claude Code will do better at the front end. Codex would fail. Codex would be better at code. The code wouldn't be spaghetti. Claude Code would have spaghetti code. Of course, like these models can do many different things. So these tests are kind of like cherry picked in a way, if you ask me, because I feel like both of these coding agents are very capable, right? We're arguing nuance at this point right now. And the nuance is really what is the deciding factor as to who's going to pick which coding agent to utilize in their everyday workflow. So there you have it. I know that was kind of my rant here on everything. You got pets now. You can use your pets for whatever you want to use them for. I think it's okay. I wouldn't necessarily use this, but it's different. It's something new. That's why I'm covering it. All you have to do is hatch the pet, and then you can call on the pet to wake up. And now you can import your stuff over to Codex. So there you have it. If you like this video, hit the like button. You want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. If you have any suggestions for videos you want to see in the future, let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.